This is John for the Everyday Fan Sports. Today I have the pleasure of being on the beat with professional hockey player Sam Isbell. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. How does it sound, professional hockey player?
It's pretty cool, pretty surreal.
Take us back to when you first started. I know you and your sister started at a young age. How did that all develop?
Yeah, so my sister and I would always go watch my dad play in his like beer league type thing. She wanted to she wanted to do figure skating actually. And I said no, I want to play hockey. And my parents were like, we have to choose one. And something about me and my sister was I won a lot of the battles when we were younger. So yeah, so I won that one. And it actually worked out for both of us. She ended up being a goalie. She played Division 3 in Pittsburgh. So um yeah, so it kind of worked out for both of us. So not a bad situation there.
Well, it worked out for everybody, for us fans
Yeah,
as well. So
exactly.
when you were young like that, having a goalie as a sister, did that help both of you in your development?
You would think actually. Growing up, we always had like an outdoor rink in our yard. My dad would do it every single year. So uh my sister was actually kind of reluctant to do it in the outdoor rink at home with me. Not so much because she didn't want to, but she enjoyed playing player too when she could. So she always would practice with the team and that, and then when we were at home, she'd like to play around with me as a player. So not so much helpful, but it was fun for the both of us for sure.
And how did you determine your position? I know you played some defense, you played some forward. How does that come to be?
Um, Honestly, I have no idea. I just kind of go where they tell me. I like to go wherever. If they need me on defense, I love to play D. If they need me on wing, I'll do that as well. But I said to my coach last week, I said just not goalie. Just
I was
not
gonna. That was my
goalie.
next. Have you ever played goalie?
Uh, just when we were growing up, you know how like in like the Mighty Mites, you would have like rotation, like who gets to go in that week. I think I did it once, and then my sister really liked it, so she just like took over. So, kind of got me out of that.
Well, that worked. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, when you first started, were you playing with girls, mixed, boys?
Yeah, okay, so I played girls growing up. Luckily in Thunder Bay we had a girls league, which was super awesome. So I played until Adam, I think. And then Adam, I moved over to boys. I played 1 year there, and then Pee Wee, I played another year boys. So I took a year in between, and I went back to girls, and then I went back to boys, and then I stuck with girls after that.
And you played. You've played on various teams, obviously, before you played in the pros. Did you play on any men's teams?
Uh, no, not since Pee Wee.
Okay. And
Mhm.
what is the process when you went to the pros, when you play now for Montreal in the Premier Hockey Federation? What is
Mhm.
the process to, I don't know, get signed, get drafted? How does that work?
Yeah, so I kind of had a different route after college. I came to Montreal after college in the middle of COVID. So it was pretty random. We didn't really know what's happening. I joined the PWHPA from college and was playing in Montreal for 2 years. And then once the PHF team in Montreal got announced, we saw like it was our good buddy Kevin. He was the president, and we're like, oh, like it's kind of a no brainer for us. A lot of the girls, like a lot of my good buddies, moved over too. So yeah, it kind of just was like a perfect timing situation. Like we were just wanting to play some games, um, and get going really. So it kind of just worked out perfectly. So it wasn't really like a process that was planned out at all. It was just like we saw an opportunity and we took it.
No, when you were growing up, I know you're from Thunder Bay. Were you a fan of the Maple Leafs?
No, I'm a Montreal fan actually.
Okay. Well, that worked
Yeah.
out great then, because okay,
Yeah.
that goes to my next question then. How is it feel playing for Montreal in Canada? I mean, I mean, in the NHL, it's one of the original six. I'm sure
Yeah.
it holds a lot of pride. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's super cool. Honestly, like I think we're still growing as a team and kind of getting our name around here in Montreal, but when we had our home opener in Montreal, like the crowd was amazing. Like they did such an amazing job. The energy was just like electric. So honestly, it was a super cool moment to be playing in front of a Montreal crowd.
And when you're when you're playing in front of a home crowd like that, could you hear individual people in the stands, or is it just kind of a lot of white noise?
No, just kind of a muffle, like just loud,
No, I forgot to mention, yesterday actually was, I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Was National Girls and Women's and Sports Day. So
Mhm.
first I applaud you for that. You're part of that, a big
Thank
part of
you.
that. What does it mean to you?
I think, sorry, my dogs are squeaking their toy in the background.
I'm gonna
Um,
get to them in a minute.
work from home life, but no, it's super cool. I think it's awesome that women's sports has come so far. I know like my mom always used to say growing up, I wish I could play hockey like you. Like I wish I did these things when I was younger. It just wasn't a thing. And I think it's such a privilege to be able to be doing what I'm doing right now and getting paid for it and kind of paving the way for the younger generation. So yeah, it's a privilege and it's amazing and I'm super, super grateful.
And I always ask, I've interviewed a few other players from your hockey league. I've always asked them, um, do you think there'll ever be a woman playing in the NHL? Could there ever be a woman playing in the NHL?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I know there has been in the past. I think it was a goalie, Manon Rhéaume.
Manuel Rayon.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if they would like allow that to happen, but if anybody were to do it, it'd probably be Poulin. But I don't
So
know. I
you,
think women's hockey is coming a long way. So I think the leagues are developing super, super well. And there might like I don't think there's a need for it anymore, Like I think that our level is so high now that um we're kind of like the equivalent, right? So
that's cool because that's what I've heard from the other players, and like I'm an old guy, and I think it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of blows my mind. Like when I was a kid, there was never a chance of seeing a professional women's hockey league, and now that there's one going. You have I think 7 or 8 teams. I'm not sure which. I'm
yeah.
hoping that you eventually expand into Chicago. That's my dream.
Yeah.
But
I think there was talk about it at one point.
we'll get the talk going again because we
Yeah.
we want to see them. But I mean, for me to see a professional hockey league like this, it's fantastic. When you were young, did you ever envision playing professional?
I think that was always kind of the goal. I know like growing up, we didn't really have too many options. I know like the CWHL and NWHL back then was there, but it wasn't as big as it is now. So I think growing up, I wanted to obviously like every little girl was like, I want to make the NHL or whatever. But no, I think I just like wanted to be the best at what I'm doing and make it as far as I could. And over the years, it kind of just like the leagues kept developing. So I don't know if it was necessarily like a dream back then to like be in the league that I'm in right now, but it was always the dream to be at the top. And I think that's kind of where it's at. So it's pretty cool.
And how long do you think you can do this? How long do you want to do this?
As long as my body lets me.
Do you have any plans afterwards? Any like work plans that you get maybe coaching or in a completely different field?
I have no idea really. Kind of something I've been saying since I got out of college. Like I have a lot of time to figure that out still. I do work a full-time job, kind of just doing like marketing and advertising, that kind of thing. And I'm really into the content creation side of things, which is kind of big these days. So I don't know, maybe try to like incorporate that with hockey somehow and maybe help younger generations and things like that. But that would be like futuristic, but right now, no plans.
Do you do any of that content creating for the your hockey league?
I do a little bit for the team, but not necessarily for the whole league.
Okay. Because I was gonna
Yeah.
say that the league and the team seem to have really good social media presence. I thought that was very
Yeah,
cool,
they
especially
do a
for
good
a
job.
young league.
Yeah.
So
I think it's huge though these days, like to get the traction, to get the viewership, like you need to have a good social media presence because everybody's like this these days.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. But I mean, but there are plenty of leagues out there that don't have nearly what you guys have. I think it's fantastic. I can
Yeah, they're
actually go
doing a
on your
really good
sites and
job.
see information.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you had a little visitor there a couple minutes ago, and I've looked at your social media page. I believe that's Pepper.
Pepper, yeah, I have two. Pepper and Griffin. They're here, come here, come here, come here. No, he's hiding, but there's one.
Playing a little bashful.
Oh, there's two.
Okay. No,
Yeah, they are.
they have their own Instagram page.
Yeah, they do. Honestly, I haven't logged into that one in a while, but they did once upon a time.
But they're very cute. I just had to mention that. So
Thanks.
before I let you go, when you're not playing hockey, when your mind's off hockey, what do you like to do to relax?
Oh boy. I like to read a lot. I've really got into that. A couple of girls on the team, we were like giving book recommendations back and forth and sharing our books, so that's fun. I don't know. I spend a lot of time with my dogs. I like to play cards, that kind of thing in the winter, snowboarding, skiing. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like to do whatever. I never say no.
Well, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I know the dogs certainly sound like fun. So
Yeah, they're awesome.
before I let you go, is there any place you want to, promote your social media?
Social media. I think my handle is at underscore Sam Isbell on Instagram and TikTok. But that's really all I have. I don't have Twitter these days, so I'm not really in that universe. But yeah, TikTok is where it's at.
That works. I appreciate it. So, Sam, I really appreciate your time. I love women's sports. Especially love hockey. Hockey is my favorite sport, and I love to see that women are actually succeeding and have their own league. Like I said, I'm really hoping that eventually you guys get to Chicago, and if you do, I will be in the stands. You will hear
Awesome.
me. But
Perfect.
other than that, I appreciate your time, and I wish you good luck. You and the Force. Good luck the
Thank
rest of the
you.
season.
Thank you very much. Thanks for taking the time and what you're doing for women's hockey. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.